here. It's already late January. This month is flying by. The confetti is gone, and the real life demands that are asked of us constantly are back. And so people are feeling a lot of pressure to get back to the grind, to push through, and they've already lost sight of their goals and their aspirations and their New Year's resolutions for the year. Well, guess what? This is completely normal. And why does this happen? Well, something like 80% of folks, when they set New Year's resolutions, fail. And the reason being is most of them don't have a grounded plan or a grounded vision for what success looks like for what they are trying to achieve. So, I want to talk to you about this. And first of all, before we even go there, if you're feeling like January is already really full or really heavy or really overwhelming, I want you to put your version of an exasperated emoji in the comments. So go ahead and put that exasperated emoji in the comments if you're feeling that vibe. And I want to share with you, you're not alone. I just went climbing this morning with friends at the gym, and everyone's just feeling the weight, the fullness, the heaviness, the busyness of January already, and it's only January 19th. So if you're feeling this, you're not alone. Why do we lose so much momentum in January? Why do people lose sight of their resolutions and goals in the first month? Well, if you don't have a super clear vision of what you're trying to achieve and a plan for how to break it down, you're very unlikely to be successful. So, what does that look like? Well, first of all, I love guiding folks through a visualization for what that feels like. So, if you guys want a copy of that visualization audio to listen to, put visualization in the comments and we'll send you your free audio of that. I don't want to waste people's time with that, but really what that does is it allows you to feel and see and hear and go through all of the sensory experiences of the thing you're trying to achieve and create, but experience it now in your body. It's similar to what athletes do for training for, football games or ice skating or any of the things. They do mental training, and there's scientific research showing that there are positive physical benefits and mental benefits when they do that mental fitness training. The same thing applies to your affirmations, to the things you want to transform, to the addictions or habits you want to let go of, to the mindset issues you want to blow past. When we visualize in the present tense and experientially feel all of the sensory things around the future state we want to achieve, we experience it now. And it makes it more tangible, it makes it more real. It allows us to tap into the future version of ourselves so we can break down the plan and the process, so we can break down these really big goals into small baby steps, small tangible steps that allow us to be more successful and more in the present moment. So the first thing is breaking it down, and how we break that down is stepping into the present future version of ourselves of what that feels like, because then it opens new doors, new windows, new gateways, new ways of seeing things. So I hope you feel excited about that. Visualization is so powerful. We've done perfect day formulas around this, and how you start your morning affects how your entire day and your entire week goes. So why not start it off on the right footing of a visualization for how you want to show up this year? Again, if you want a copy of our visualization, just put visualization in the comments and we'll send you your free copy of that. So, how do we revisualize our year based on what you know now? What are some of the missing pieces of the puzzle or the equation that will allow you to blow past not just hitting your goals, but go even further than that? Okay. The first thing I want you to do is, as you're shifting and changing your way of being, your way of thinking, how you show up in the world, and what you're trying to achieve, we need anchors to remind us of the habit, the belief, the new thing that we are trying to achieve that are in our daily presence. So, for lots of folks, that could be, I like to choose an anchor that you're wearing. So, it could be jewelry, it could be a bracelet, it could be a new watch, especially if you're really health focused and trying to change sleeping better and working out more. It could be like a Fitbit or a Garmin or an Apple Watch device. And that maybe that's your physical personal anchor. So, something you can wear should be an anchor that reminds you of the goals, the affirmations, the things you're trying to intentionally set for changing yourself this year. Another anchor could be something in your office or your workspace. It could be a post it, a piece of art that reminds you of your goal. It could be as simple as a water bottle with a sticker on it that has like a specific note that's related to what you're trying to achieve this year. So choose 3 different anchors to that you are around consistently, and if it's a work-related goal, have an anchor in your office and physical workspace. For regardless of anything you're doing, one anchor should be something you're physically wearing so that you have that reminder every single day throughout the moments of the day. And then maybe a third anchor could be something if you're working on a health experience, it could be in the kitchen if you're trying to change your eating habits. So your anchor should relate to the spaces that you're trying to transform your behavior in. So if it's in business, you should have anchors in your office. If it's health related, it should be in the like near your shoes to go to the gym or near your bag to go to the gym, or if you have a workout space at home, in your workout space at home or in the kitchen. So be intentional of setting anchors because these are reminders, they're little nudges or accountability partners for, hey, get back on track. You've lost your traction. And be intentional with the spaces you put your anchors in so that you're saying yes and you're showing up for the right things this year. Okay. The next thing I want to talk to you about in terms of what we call a mid course correction besides anchors is I want you to think about your mantra for the year. And I want this to be simple and almost like an umbrella phrase or word or 2 or 3 words of how you will show up this year that kind of covers all of your goals or all of the changes you're trying to achieve this year, your New Year's resolutions, how you're trying to show up in the world. So, for example, if let's say for me, like I have some specific rock climbing goals, I have specific business goals, I have specific personal and spiritual goals. My mantra for the year is wild and free. It's also part of my sacred ohm, which we're not going to talk about today. But for me, wild and free, one represents values I'm showing up with, some beliefs I'm trying to transform. It shows commitment and discipline, but also freedom and flexibility. And it's related to how and who I want to be as I show up to make these changes throughout the year. So for me, my mantra is wild and free. In the past, I've had mantras like, you are magic. And for me, that meant trusting my internal intuition, trusting coincidences, and then also continuing to believe in hope and the magic that we see every single day in our amazing changemaker clients. They are truly such badasses in the superpowers that they have, the communities they are transforming, and the magic that they are really creating this beautiful ripple effect in the world. And it's just such an honor to be able to walk side by side with our clients as they do this amazing work. So find a mantra that's simple and reminds you of either the energy you want to stand in, the leader you want to be as you make these changes, or maybe it's more direct. Maybe it's just abundance. Maybe you're focusing on having more abundant work life financially, a more abundant community, a more abundant support system, a more abundant love life. So find the mantra that works for you. And for some folks, this mantra could also be an affirmation, right? So if you're trying to move from lack to abundance, it could be, I am abundant. I am living an abundant life. And we always want our affirmations to be in present tense and the phrasing of I am as we're transitioning that. And if you don't believe in the the future state of that statement. Like if I am abundant feels not real to you, you can say, I am becoming more abundant. So change the phrasing so that it matches your current belief system. So, once again, as a recap, set those three anchors, one that you physically wear and you have contact with constantly, and then two other anchors that are in the space that has the most relationship to the parts of your life you're trying to transform. And then the second part is to set that mantra that's kind of that umbrella for all of the things you're trying to achieve, whether it's shifts in who you are, specific goals, specific resolutions, whatever that is, your mantra should encapsulate all of those things and should allow you to feel very grounded and excited and clear on what you want to do next. I want to give you also a friendly reminder that your New Year's resolutions, your goals, how you show up at this time of the year is not about pushing harder. It's about choosing intentionally what we say yes to and what we are saying no to. And when you go through that visualization and you have that way, that ability to tune into how you want to be every single day, and you have that mental fitness map plus the anchors plus the mantra, you are just set up to be successful. You're going to blast through your goals because you'll have so much clarity and such a strong North Star and strong compass. You'll know what to say yes to and what to say no to. And for people who don't do this intentional foundational work, they're stuck because they're being pulled in so many different directions. They're conflicted and they often are saying yes to things that eventually are blockers and create busyness and fullness. And if you remember, we started our call, we started the live stream today about how everybody's feeling already busy, already full, already overwhelmed, and we're not even a full month into the year. So, how do we reduce the overwhelm? How do we reduce the noise? By getting more clarity, by tapping into what we want for the year, what we're going to say yes to, what we're going to say no to. Another thing I want you to remind yourself of is having accountability and support. You don't need to do this alone. In fact, I recommend you don't do it alone because it's so much more delightful to have a journey and a hero's adventure with your community by your side. So lean in for accountability and support through friends, through family, through fans. And choose people who aren't going to be naysayers. Choose people who are going to support you and delight in your successes and celebrate your wins, even if they're small wins. Choose those people that lift you up and celebrate you, and the journey will be that much sweeter. Okay. I want you to ask yourself a reflection question this morning as we do our rise and lead for the week. And this will set the tone for your week. I want you to think about one thing that you can adjust right now that will make the rest of this year so much easier and so much better. What is that one thing you can change that's going to make all of this easier and the whole year better? Really think about that, reflect on it, meditate on that. Again, put in the comments visualization. That will help you get clarity on perhaps this one thing you want to let go of if you get that visualization audio. And it will also help you get more momentum. So in the chat, put visualization if you want the audio. Again, if you were feeling exasperated, put that exasperated emoji in the comments. And then, of course, I'd love to hear what that one thing is that you're trying to transform and let go of to make your year easier. Because, come on, guys, let's set ourselves up for incredible success this year. All right, this year, I've already shared my mantra. I've shared some of the anchor ideas. We've talked about visualization and the power of that. We've talked about some of the blockers. We've talked about why people get stuck this year, just as a quick recap. Again, I've reminded you of the tools that we have for you as part of our Rise and Lead challenge, that we're here weekly to celebrate our Changemakers. So, for our authors, our speakers, our leaders, our nonprofits, our business owners, we're here to help you rise and lead every Monday morning. Start the week off on the right foot, start the year on the right foot. We are ready to rise and go big so that we can give back even more. We are here to celebrate your abundance, your success, and your journey. Now, once again, I just want to remind you this is about moving forward and just growing 1% each day. It's about celebrating and supporting each other, and it's about paying it forward as the change makers of the world. So, if something here today has been helpful, please share this with someone else. Please invite them to join our Rise and Lead community and to join our Changemaker community. In fact, just as a quick little teaser for those of you who are staying here till the end with us, we're rebranding our business to Changemaker Impact Co. So that's coming in February. We are super excited to rebrand the company name to what we really are, who we really support, and what we are about. We are about you, the change makers of the world, the people who allow us to continue having hope and faith and belief that humanity has a chance, that we can do good things in the world, that we have light and lighthouses in the world, and that's you as our change maker. We're so honored to support you every single Monday. I'll see you next week.